boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm For Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in here is AO10 So this game it is developed by the Big End Studios. These studios are responsible for sports games like cricket, other tennis games, and they also develop ports to PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 3 of Fruit Ninja and Jetpack Joyride. So this is typical Android games. So for the settings, what I will be using in here, it is 1440p with the absolutely maximum settings. And despite I'm going to use the highest settings, and I did test with the highest settings, the character detail, I feel like you should really use the high instead of the highest. This is because this is pretty much texture detail, and with the highest I am seeing VRAM going overboard of its 4 GB of VRAM, and it's throwing a very high RAM usage. So I feel like probably we should be using the eye on character detail and not the highest in here, but still, even with the highest, the game runs exceptionally very well with no stutters. The only stutters that I have saw it is the transaction between cutscenes to gameplay that are barely noticeable. So I'm just in here selecting some random characters in here, some 3 guys and a girl, and let's jump up to the requirements of the game. So these guys recommend a Phantom 2X for 970. So now that I have ditched my Phantom 2X4, I see the CPU on the recommended settings. Funny enough, they recommend 8 gigs of RAM, I have 16, and they do recommend a GTX 970 with a minimum of 4 GB of memory. And yeah, the 1650 Super should be slightly ahead of the 970 and the 1060. So with 1440p with maximum settings, the settings that I will be using in here, what I got was an average of 105 frames per second with a minimum of 89 frames per second. This is insane. So it's pretty much well above and beyond 60 frames per second with no issues. But if you use 4K, I do recommend you to go with the low settings to sustain those 60 frames per second. And this includes the cutscenes, because outside the cutscenes, the 4K on low settings actually maintains 80 frames per second, while the 4K with the highest settings possible, unfortunately, it isn't possible to sustain 60 frames per second even during the gameplay. So if you go with 4K, just use the lowest settings, and if you go with 1440p, just use the maximum settings, or at least the maximum settings with character detail on high instead of the highest. Now let's talk a little bit about AO10 I'm not really a fan of sports games, and especially games like tennis, which I'm not really into it, but I've been reading a little bit about AO10 and I've seen that many people are satisfied with the game regarding the visuals, the presentations, the sound effects. Everything seems very well done, which is kind of surprising, because the latest time I've played the tennis game, it was Top Spin, and that was more than a decade ago. And now I have saw this game and I decided to try out and see how tennis games have gone. And presentation wise, like I said, everything it is perfect, and the characters, everything it is very well done, and even the users are saying the same thing, especially the fans. But unfortunately, gameplay wise, this game has some issues with difficulty. It seems that a lot of people are complaining that in some leaks the artificial intelligence, it is just dumb as hell, and as soon as you reach a new league or a pro league, they are pretty much unbeatable. They only hit the ball so perfectly, and this is pretty much, most of the people in here complains about unforced mistakes or something like that. So it's pretty much impossible, to beat the artificial intelligence as far as they say, and that is one of the major issues with the game so far as I can see. Then they say that it is unforced errors. It's pretty much that they are saying, because apart from that, it seems that most of the people are really satisfied with the game. And despite the game didn't score really well on Metacritic with a score of 68, they are still asking for a full price for this game. So they are asking for $49.99 on this game on Steam. I have checked Greenman Gaming and it is pretty much the same price, so no discount from Greenman Gaming in here, unfortunately. And yeah, it's pretty much a full price. It is pretty much the same price as a FIFA or a Pro Evolution Soccer. So I'm going to expect that the only people that will buy this game at full price will be the only fans of tennis games, or they actually enjoy tennis sports or anything like it, because it is very expensive price for a game that it is pretty much to fill up the niche players, for some niche players in here. So yeah, I don't understand the 49.99. I'm not saying that the game doesn't really deserve that, because FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer, they just pretty much change the characters and stuff like that, and this is a pretty much new game. But still, 49.99, it is really expensive for something that only a certain amount of people will appreciate this type of game. So unless they force the unforced errors, unless they fix the unforced errors, I don't really recommend this game. Possibly in a deep sale if you really enjoy tennis, but if you don't enjoy it, I'm not seeing why you would buy this game anyway. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about AO Tennis 2. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. I will let the NPCs play against each other and try to reach a full set. That's it. Thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.